Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just curious. How many of you guys out there have a deep rooted hate for drunk drivers? I know I do. I don't like them. I don't respect it. I think it's dumb. And I think that people just need to be more responsible, stop being so damn selfish and putting people's lives at risk. But I think that those who do choose to do this need to absolutely be punished to the fullest extent of the law. But before we get to those details, let me give you guys, oh boy, we're going to talk about this. Let me give you guys a disclaimer real quick because I feel like I'm going to need it. Some of you guys might find my content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news, website articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinion about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised, and that is your official disclaimer. No reason to flaggy my channel because you got in your feelings. All right? Detroit, y'all take an L. Detroit, Michigan, y'all take an L. I think that's Detroit. I could be wrong. I could be dumb. The mother of a 2-year-old baby who died after being ejected from her car was speeding and drunk. That's the car right there, or the van, the caravan, smashed up. I'm getting this story from fox2detroit.com, so thank you for the article. According to the woman's mom, who is now hoping she doesn't lose another grandchild because that child was actually in critical care. Tammy Ross said that her granddaughter, Vanessa, let me see if I can get Vanessa on the screen, was killed on the Southfield Freeway late Wednesday night, which is this beautiful, beautiful baby girl right here. Beautiful little girl. She was killed on Southfield Freeway late Wednesday night. The woman responsible, Ross said, is her own daughter, who was this stupid individual that you guys see on my screen right there. And believe it or not, guys, this woman did an interview. The drunk driving mom who caused the death of her child and the injury and potential death to another child actually had the audacity, the unmitigated gall, and no shame to do an interview and make it seem like none of this was her fault. You know what that's called in rehab? That's called denial. The first step to recovery is you have to admit that you have a problem. When you can't admit that you have a problem, that's called denial. So she's in the state of denial. She said that she was drunk and speeding with both of her kids in the car and not safely buckled in. Vanessa was my chocolate drop. That was my baby. I can't even say it. That was my baby, Ross said. I blame my child 100% for it. I do. It's a mom being real. And a mom ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I can totally respect her for saying that. Ross said that her 30-year-old daughter, Nyasia, Nyasia, which is bing, this dumbass who was driving drunk that y'all see on my screen. And she looks drunk in that picture. Do y'all want to see? Y'all want to hear her interview? I think y'all got to hear it. Y'all got to hear it. Her name is Nyasia. And I told you guys, stupid names usually equal stupid things. 30 years old and was driving drunk north on Southfield at Outer Drive in Allen Park. She was also speeding when her car hit another car in the right and careened over to the median and crashed. Vanessa was killed Why 3-month-old Raylon, let me see if I can get him on the screen. These are beautiful little babies that did not stand a chance with that ignorant mother. Raylon is that one. 3-month-old Raylon was thrown from the van. He's in critical care, but we actually think that the 3-month-old baby is actually going to survive. So thank God for that. That's at least some positive in this very, very sad story. I hope I won't be getting hit with a double whammy losing 2 grandkids, Ross said. Raylon is in critical condition with a skull fracture and brain bleed. He was in a car seat but not strapped in. Vanessa wasn't buckled at all. Her aunt, Poppy Shirley, this is going to be, I'm going to show y'all that video. That's a joke. Poppy Shirley, her aunt, Poppy, Poppy, said Nyasia is an alcoholic who the family has tried to help many times in the past. Keep your child in a seatbelt, car seats, whatever they're supposed to be in. Don't even drive drunk with your kids, Poppy Shirley said. She always makes it seem like we're a bad family, but we're not a bad family. We look out for her, according to Poppy Shirley. Nyasia has been in trouble for drunk driving before. While she's not in custody right now, she will likely be charged. So she was free as a free person doing this interview. How? How? Huh? You know what they're waiting on? A freaking toxicology report. I get it. That's the law, but man. She will likely be charged, but as of now, she's not been charged. She should be, and she can be mad at me for saying it, Ross said about her daughter, and I'm glad they were real about that. The Michigan State Police say that they're waiting on a toxicology report before pursuing any possible charges, even though they have a GoFundMe for the funeral, and that's been set up online. So let me show you guys the GoFundMe, because why have life insurance knowing that you probably need it when your mama is a drunk and drives drunk all the damn time with children in the car, putting everybody's life at risk. $15,000 GoFundMe. Tammy Ross is the grandmother, so that's in her name. And she's talking about burying her granddaughter. $15,000, we're going to put that into the ground, put that into death, but we won't take $15,000 and make an investment and put that into living children. I just think that's the craziest thing in the world. But nonetheless, it's there. If you guys want to support it, cool. Handle your business. Let me give you guys the fair usage. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Now, I don't want you guys to be shy about your personal opinions. You got to let me know what you think. If I said something is wrong, please let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comment section. But nonetheless, I want y'all to listen to these news videos, hit that thumbs up, and share this video, especially for the memory of that lost baby. But definitely keep that baby Raylon, the 3-month-old, in your prayers, because we think he's actually going to pull through.
This story, it's just terrible. We're talking about a 2-year-old little girl, Vanessa, who was killed in this crash. Her little brother, just a baby, still in critical condition. Their mom was the one driving, and family tells us she was drunk driving with these kids.
Vanessa was that was my chocolate drop. That was my baby. I can't even say it. That was my baby.
And this sweet girl's death could have been prevented.
I blame my child 100% for it. I do.
hard is that as a mom to say that?
It's a mom being real, and a mom ain't sugarcoating.
Tammy Ross says her 30-year-old daughter, Nyasha, was drunk behind the wheel of this van Wednesday evening, heading northbound in the Southfield at Outer Drive. She was driving fast, hits another car in the right lane, and careens all the way to the median, crashing. Vanessa was killed, and 3-month-old Raylon was thrown from the van.
I hope that I don't be getting hit with a double whammy and lost 2 grandkids. I'm praying for Raylon.
Raylon is in critical condition with a skull fracture and brain bleed. He was in a car seat, but not strapped in. Vanessa was not buckled at all.
Keep your child in seat belts, car seats, whatever they supposed to be, and don't even drive drunk with your kids. It ain't worth it.
Poppy Shirley is the kid's aunt and says their mom was driving drunk. She's an alcoholic who this family tried to help over and over again.
She always make it seem like we a bad family when we not that. We ain't no bad family.
Yes, sir. I agree with you, sir. Poppy Shirley. I think you guys are doing the right thing by calling this out, calling it exactly what it is. So I agree with them. I applaud them for that. So shout out to the grandmother and shout out to Poppy with the mustache. My brother, I definitely appreciate you for saying what you're saying and standing on that. 10 toes down. My guy, appreciate that.
We look out for her.
Nyasha, the kid's mom, has already been in trouble for drunk driving before. Right now, she's not in police custody, but will likely be charged.
She should be. And she could be mad at me from saying it. She should be.
As we said, no charges against mom at this point. Michigan State Police say they're waiting on a toxicology report before they can pursue charges.
A toddler is killed and an infant is in critical condition after a horrible car crash.
Their mother is accused of being drunk behind the wheel, but tonight she defended herself at a vigil for the children. The crash happened Wednesday night on the Southfield Freeway at Outer.
Y'all gotta hear this. She got on camera and spoke. I couldn't even believe it. I thought this must be a family member or somebody. Nope, it was the mom. The drunk mom got on camera and talked. Oh boy. This is just a level of dumb that is just flat out special, y'all. Y'all got to hear this.
Drive. We're told a 2-year-old named Vanessa was not wearing a seatbelt and was thrown from the vehicle. Her brother, Raylan, just 3 months old, was also injured. Police tell us he was in a car seat but not strapped in. He has a skull fracture and a brain bleed. Tonight, the child's distraught mother held a candlelight vigil.
I love my kids, and this was a honestly mistake. And for them to say that Raylon flew out the window, that's false.
Honestly mistake? She looks drunk right there.
I love my kids, and this was a honestly mistake.
Look, I'm not trying to be the grammar police, but what the hell is an honestly mistake? Ma'am, my mama would be so proud of me right now. It is called an honest mistake, not an honestly mistake. Honest. Honest mistake. Instead of being on that bottle, you should have took your... Oof. Should have been in school, ma'am.
I love my kids, and this was a honestly mistake. And for them to say that Raylon flew out the window, that's false. Both of my kids had on their seatbelts. Both of them was in a car seat. When I hit the wall, that's how one of them flew out. And I'm just so numb. I don't even know how to feel.
No tears, fake empathy, hoping to try to elicit some sympathy so that maybe she can take some time off of whatever years they're going to give her in prison. Hopefully they give her a life sentence because that's what she sentenced her daughter to. Why shouldn't she get a life sentence? She almost killed both of the kids. That little boy, knowing that he's probably going to survive, is going to have to grow up without his sister. Why shouldn't she get a life sentence? Look at this. Y'all tell me when y'all see the tears.
Because I never would have thought that I would be burying my baby.
Look at that. Dry eyes. No tears at all.
At 2 years old.
Poole's mother tells us Poole has struggled with alcoholism and has been in trouble for drunk driving before. Michigan State Police say they are waiting on a toxicology report before pursuing charges. Dave.
And I want y'all to notice how they said that she had trouble before with drinking and driving, but they refused to take the kids from her. Isn't that something? Wouldn't take the kids. Almost killed them both.
Yeah, Taryn, that crash you're referring to happened last Wednesday on the Southfield Freeway and affected so many lives in an instant. And tonight we saw firsthand at a vigil for 2-year-old Vanessa how the
I didn't even think about that. And because she hit another car, that means she almost killed somebody else also.
ripple effects continue to affect the families of all involved, as well as strangers who simply tried to stop and do the right thing. A 2-year-old named Vanessa remembered Monday outside her daycare in Detroit.
Vanessa was really a bright, sweet, loving girl. It was her eyes. You know, she was always happy and excited.
I like Vanessa because she be nice to everyone. She's a little bit squeaky though, but it's all right.
She died last Wednesday, killed in a crash on the Southfield Freeway. A crash Diane Lewis witnessed.
And I let off on the gas and watched this van smash into the wall.
Diane says she called 911, then rushed over to help, first finding Vanessa.
She was in the middle seat with just a lap belt.
Unconscious and bleeding. Her 3-month-old half-brother, RJ, also in the car, sustained critical injuries. Diane says she stayed with them until help arrived, but days after the crash, she felt compelled to do more.
I called them today. I said, you need to understand what really happened.
Right.
And then I said, I want you to know I don't think she suffered. That's the only comfort I can give you.
The driver of the van was the children's mother, Nyasha Poole. Both fathers claim they tried to get their kids away from her through Child Protective Services.
I had a CPS case on her. The CPS case lady trying to tell me that there's no sign of harm.
Even Nyasha's own mother says this tragedy could have been prevented.
Sorry don't cut it. Sorry is not bringing Vanessa back, and she should be held accountable.
The results of which leaving many beyond grief.
I wear my daughter on my neck every day, man. She was like my motivation in life.
Now, as for that second child, RJ, who was also a victim of that crash, I had a chance to speak with his father, Raylon Sr., who tells me that thankfully that child has been discharged from the hospital and is now in foster care. Raylon also tells me he plans to fight for custody at the earliest opportunity. Reporting live tonight, Dave Spencer, Fox 2 News.
Let's stop right there. Let me give you all my closing thoughts. So, here's yet another situation where you have biological fathers fighting for custody. The thing that people say that we wouldn't do. You have example after example after example of these fathers fighting for custody, and they're not getting custody of these children when this is the candidate for a mother that you have who already had prior incidents. That prior incident should have been the number one thing that should have let you know that she should have lost custody. Now, there's a dead child, and there almost was a second dead child, and she almost killed somebody else on the freeway and could have potentially put everybody else's life at risk because they're trying to drive around this mess. But they still won't give the biological fathers an opportunity to be fathers. And yes, I said fathers, more than one dad. 2 kids, 2 different fathers. And that's how we continue to keep bringing kids into this world. But again, to the one child that did survive, I do hope that now they give that father an opportunity to be a dad. Now can he get a chance? For this woman to bring her dumb self on camera and say that this wasn't her fault, that's just flat out just disrespectful. That's disrespectful to yourself. It's disrespectful to your family. It's disrespectful to the memory of your daughter and your son. So I don't know how long it takes to get a toxicology report back. I don't know how they couldn't have did a breathalyzer while she was out there. I don't think it takes that long to find out that this bride was drunk. That should have been an open and shut case real quick. And she should be in prison, not having vigils and trying to collect GoFundMe money. Because I want y'all to understand what I just said, even though it's the grandmother who put up the GoFundMe to bury the child, while the mother is still out of prison, I can guarantee you that they're probably going to have an argument about the money that's going to be accumulated. Just wanted to throw that out there. Mark my words, that's going to happen. But to those souls that were lost, to this baby, young princess, R.I.P. To the young prince that did survive, all we can do is pray for him, hope he ends up in the right hands, that he can grow up and become something great. Mom needs life in prison. That's an idiot right there. But we'll maybe do an update and give you guys an update and let you know how many years she gets in prison. Will they let her go? We'll see. But leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. From my heart to yours, I love you all. Thank you for listening. And please stand on principle and stand up for our babies. Advocates for children. We love you guys. Have a great day. Have a great night. We'll talk to you later. Peace.